I don't really want to talk about what. We need the relevant authorities them to come in and come have some meal with us, give us some needed assistance. Because there's a lot of people here that the assistance is needed. As I'm saying, I'm not so mentally strong. You get? I still try to represent for the community because we lose everything. A construction work we do from a 15-year-old, you know. Me not have nothing left. Oh, you see me now? I'm in this. I live out on my bag. The bag. Just one soul.
So tell us
what we need. What we need. What we need. Because I'm not going to talk for myself because a lot of people in a worse situation than me too. But what the community need is a little, if I may, a little assurance from the representatives. Because even since...
I beg your pardon, this is Jeffrey Anderson. Tell us how you've been affected.
Everything, God. Everything. But I don't really want to talk about what. We need the relevant authorities them to come in and come have some meal with us, give us some needed assistance. Because there's a lot of people here that the assistance is needed. As I'm saying, I'm not so mentally strong. You get? I still try to represent for the channel work we do from a 15-year-old, you know. See me now? I'm in this. I live out on my bag. The bag. Just one soul.
So tell us
what we need. What we need. What we need. I'm not going to talk for myself because a lot of people in a worse situation than me too. But what the community need is a little, if I may, a little assurance from the representatives. Because even since...
I beg your pardon, this is...
The whole of money house cover under the dirt. The man house see the right now, the look up at the right there, so and everything gone down. See there? See there, people? See there? Everything gone. Money house covered, but he was not in his house at the time when the landslide come down. Jesus Christ.
The current situation.
Look at them tall house here. Look at them tall house here in a Cave Valley. Eh? Look at them big house there. I host up that you look at it. JY family, that is the house top you're looking at right now. This is not normal. This was hurricane and tsunami and everything in a one. Trust me. Mirror.
The current situation.
Look at that. Look there. Look at that. Jesus mercy. Wow. Look the man. Look the man. Look the man. Look on debris. Look on mud. Look everything come together. This are not normal. Oh my God.
Back you up. Alright, man.
Alright, look on this video. Watch this video.
That shouldn't back.
This is in St. Elizabeth. The man have to go up on a house top to survive. And it's a two-story house, you know. This is a two-story house. Wonder if you don't understand what going on right now. Me see somebody I say, you built in a river valley. What do you expect? Just keep back and watch. Just keep back and watch the video. And see, and more you tell me if all of these houses was built in a river valley. More you come back and tell me if you have the same comment after we go through some of the video them. Just watch a video, man. If you don't have nothing to say, just leave the stream, man. Right now we are angry, we're cross, we are sympathetic, we need empathy, we need everything right now. We don't want nobody to come through we have right now, because enough of we can't hear from our family. So no comment no foolishness right now. No is not the time. This a house a JY family, as me I say. You understand? This a house, yeah? Yeah. We don't know time. We don't know time. Waste time right now. Moderators do no job. Anyway, back to the tour we are say. This house is a two-story house, JY family. So check it out.
Yo, I went little last time, maybe and that little part they say when the rain starts again. Say not taking no water, Jenny. Hey, good man. Yeah. Over. You cover. Yo, what? Yo, people, if you listen, white man, then. Why you should not reach here, what? Shouldn't make you reach here, you know better. Why was I reach here again, though? Not true. What's it? What's it? Probably you not do your so close to you.
Look at this. Look at this. As I said, JY family, this is a two-story building, a two-story house, properly built house. And you notice that the house still sturdy. I just the water. I'm showing you something again. What you guys miss. I want to take a look on the light pole. Yeah, man, take a look on the light post. Voila, me soon pull up your back.
I appreciate upstairs house. I appreciate upstairs house. Where is it?
Ah, okay. Okay, look at the breaker. I want to see where the breaker there. I want to see where the water there. Look at the breaker and look where the water the JY family. Look at the breaker. Look where the breaker there. Look where the big box. What they call them? Junction box. Sorry, not breaker. Look at the junction box, right? Yeah, look where the box there. Okay. Look how remember saying no, and a normal day, you know, the junction box they far up, you know. And look how the water almost cover the junction box. St. Elizabeth. This is St. Elizabeth. Look how the water almost reached the junction box, and somebody I go comment a dumb comment like that. But if you build your house in a river where you expect, man, wanna move on a right cloth and go find yourself. Yo, listen to me, man. Sure.
Why is it not this rich?
My island, Jamaica, is going through a tough time right now. Hurricane Melissa has caused a lot of damage. People are misplaced. People are hurt. People are without any help. So I'm asking all of my fans from your heart to give anything you can, no matter how small. It always will go towards helping people in dire need. I've teamed up with Food for the Poor Jamaica to help give some relief to the people who need it the most right now. I myself, I'm going to match everything up to $50,000 US that you give. So together we can help to make a difference and help to give to the people right now who need it. Food for the Poor Jamaica and I have teamed up before and helped out many families in need. And I'm just asking from your heart if you can give to the country who has given you so much for your entertainment and just a peaceful place to come to relax. We need help right now. So I'm asking you all to give. As I said, I'm matching up to 50 grand US. This will help a lot of families feel relief right now. Give from your heart, give for Jamaica. One love, one family. Yeah? Enough love.
Yeah, me like how the artists them a come out. Me like how the artists them a come out. Me see Sean Paul, me see Shaggy. You know, Shaggy is always a person who always come out. Sean Paul same way. You have a lot of artists that come out. You don't know Ramesh Entertainment same way. So let us go through the videos and then we are going to deep dive into that, you know. Yeah, man. Big up each and every one for the live. Please share the live as you come on in, all right? Yeah, man. So this is an aerial view right now you're looking at. Right now you're looking at an aerial view, and this is Lakovia. Can't play the sound because I will get copyright. So some farmer sound, so don't want any copyright, but just take a look. Oh my God, look them man. Yo, storm running that place like a tornado. Storm coming like a tsunami, tornado, everything in a one. Yo, trust me. Let me see if any more video is on this channel. Oh, I see him video that. Oh man. All right, we go Westmoreland. This is Bluefields. You still have that energy. You still have that energy. But people build place in a river. You still have the energy there. Oh man. Let me see the view Jamaica.
International Airport. Of course, we are here on site in assessment mode and recovery mode for opening back of Sangster International Airport. Mr. Prime Minister, the major damage we have is on the airfield with the perimeter fence and significant damage to the terminal building. We have a section where we lost a part of the roof. So all efforts are now underway to restore service as quickly as possible. We believe it has to be a phased reopening, focusing first on relief flights. That is our main priority right now, and to have the airfield ready for those relief operations and emergency flights. Thereafter, we will work on restoring the terminal building and the facilities. We will operate at a reduced capacity at first due to the issues that we have, which is very significant. But we have a lot of resources coming in to restore service as quickly as possible.
So you said that there was damage to the airfield, specifically the fencing, but the tarmac, the runway itself is intact.
The tarmac is fine.
Good. And your radar and your air traffic control tower?
They have some challenges with the navigational aids. They're working to resolve that. Now Manly is opening slightly ahead of schedule because they had less damage. So they're focused there, and then they'll move to Montego Bay. And hopefully we can get those online as quickly as possible.
You said the terminal building was damaged. Now, look, this terminal building would be about 70 years old or more. It is due for a total, well, not renovation, it has to be a new building, totally new building. And that process has already begun. Unfortunately, we weren't able to complete it and build a new terminal before being hit. But the truth is that this building, as its useful life, there is very little that can be done to retrofit. We really have to have an entirely new terminal. But the points that I take heart with is that you should be able to be up and running, not in 2 or 3 weeks, but maybe less.
In less time for sure. We are working within a week or less to have the majority of our facility back up.
Perfect. Because for Montego Bay, which is the tourism capital of Jamaica, tourism is a linchpin of the economy. The airport is a critical asset to that.
Absolutely.
And you are saying that you can have that restored in relatively short order when considered that we were hit by a Category 5 hurricane.
Yes, that is all.
Well, that is good news. And it's important to do it in a phased basis because there are many persons here who would have come to the end of their vacation time and have to go back to the United States or wherever they're from. And there are persons overseas who need to come back to Jamaica. So the airport is just such a critical piece of infrastructure that needs to be functional. Right now, you don't have any electricity.
No, because we have to be clearing water from inside before we bring power back on to the facility. We have power in some sections where emergency operations is, but that's part of the work is just getting the water situation under control, the leaks addressed, repairing the roof in the terminal. Then we bring the power back on, and then it comes immigration and customs have to test their systems as well, and the airlines, and then we phase the reopening.
But you have the full cooperation of your staff and all the technical people.
We do,
Good.
and we are working with the various agencies to get them here because the roads are a challenge and the communications with the network. But those are challenges we are working to overcome.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Mr. Price.
All right, so you guys should get back the airport very soon, if all goes well, yes, because, we have, sometimes we do have rains and something there, setbacks and all these things. So if all goes well, we'll have commercial flights and emergency flight to and from Jamaica very soon, So let's keep our fingers crossed.
Been affected.
But then,
Manchester. This family have to be rescued during the hurricane by firefighters. Now, look at the house. Take a good look at the house. At the house top that you look on.
Yeah, man, she's okay with me, so me and her got
Good day. Oh, man. This is Montego Bay. The place look unrecognizable. Trust me.
I said, no, I'm still going straight. Someone else going.
So this is Black River. This is an aerial view of Fifth Spen in St. Elizabeth. Again. Boy. Water everywhere. St. Elizabeth. Well, the western part. Just the western part of the island. Trust me. Badly affected. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. Wow.
I'm good.
All right, let me see. Go over specific. This gentleman was very determined during this time. Look at this. Very determined. Look at this.
This is what stubborn looks like.
why the man determined to JY family. Him nah make watch out. Man say nah make this time take off this a whole stop here. Me and my family them for protect everything. Me willing to risk my life, everything to protect my family. That the man I say, John was star. Them say being in the situation is different from hearing about it. What do you think about that, JY family? Would you do something like this to protect your family? Would you go to this length to protect your family? Talk to me. No, sir. John. This is Grangel, Westmoreland. So this is Grangel, Westmoreland.
Yeah, Bishop!
Yeah, sir.
You're gonna sleep, you like.
So, a Grangel, but wish they could handle the video better though. Alright, this video of St. Elizabeth. The price. I'm gonna use my D. Not sure. Not sure. What going with the data, man? What's going on?
The images we're seeing from neighborhoods in Jamaica in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa reveal absolute destruction. Gates of homes immersed in murky waters, driveways and the roads beyond them invisible. Joining me now is Lisa Hanna, a Jamaican resident and former Jamaican politician stuck in Florida right now, waiting for word on when she can return home. Lisa, it's good to have you here. I know you've been talking to folks on the ground in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. What are you hearing? What are they telling you? And can you reach everybody you want to hear from?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the program. Yes, my flights were canceled on Sunday morning, and a number of us as Jamaicans are stuck in the United States. What we're hearing on the ground, for those of us who can get in touch with family members, is the devastation is almost apocalyptic. So the south of the island and the western sides of the island, you know, if you're familiar with Jamaica, places like St. Anne, Trelawney, St. James, Montego Bay, Hanover, and certainly in St. Elizabeth, those are areas that tourists frequent. Those were the areas where I passed over and were hit hardest. Certainly the eastern side of the island, places like Kingston, where about 1 million Jamaicans live, and places like St. Mary and St. Thomas and parts of St. Catherine were not as badly damaged. But certainly we've seen hurricanes before as Jamaicans and tropical storms. We've never seen anything like this. Certainly roofs are completely gone. Roadways are completely gone. People are now getting out there. But the community spirit in Jamaica is very, very high. We're resilient. We're courageous people. The government has now given the all clear for utility systems to get back up and running, for supermarkets and different places of, essential items to start opening up again. And our response teams are on the ground, our police are on the ground, our armies on the ground. So the relief efforts have started. And in Jamaica, we have pretty advanced legislation. So what you will see now is almost a parallel activity. You'll see people being rescued in places where there are landslides, especially in rural areas. You will see food items being taken to people being given medication, etc. Tandem with that, you'll see utility companies starting to assess where they can turn electricity back on, and you'll see roads being cleared. And so that is the immediate situation that's happening. The Minister of Transport, who I'm in touch with, should inform the country later today whether the airports for essential items will be open later today, and whether or not you will certainly have the airport in Kingston being opened.
You sound confident, you sound determined, but I wonder emotionally, this is your home. What goes through your mind when you see some of the pictures? And again, these are not worst hit areas. We were actually talking on the air the last hour to somebody who had been on the phone with a friend in St. Elizabeth, and they got cut off just as he was telling them that the water was coming through their roof.
Listen,
what are you even feeling right now?
We haven't slept. I can tell you, those of us who are here have been on the phone all night together. My former constituency, which was the Member of Parliament for 18 years, I was helping 2 nights before the hurricane to still get and food to people. And I'm still in touch with them. They're completely gone in some of those areas. There are communities that are decimated, and this is in St. Anne. There is a level of emotional fatigue that we feel, but as Jamaicans, we're resilient, and we rise to meet adversity. That's probably why you hear the determination in my voice, because we're not people that are bludgeoned into acquiescence by adversity. Yes, our spirits are a little down, but trust me, we're already on the road and we're helping. We're very compassionate people. And already the relief efforts have started from around the world, and our diaspora, when things seemed intractable, Jamaican diaspora rises, and we have very, very good relationships in the diplomatic community as well. So, it's hard because a lot of people have been displaced, but all of us are going to help. It doesn't matter if we were not displaced, we're going to help those that are. And so hopefully by tomorrow I'll get home and I'll be right on the ground with everybody else trying to help this recovery effort.
We'll keep our good thoughts. You will. And to all the folks.
See Grand Depot there? Grand Depot that, What's your man? Watch out. This is West Green, This is the front of West Green, people. Watch out. See it here? Barnet River this. The bridge come to the back of West Green. See it here? We only have about 4 foot before it come over. The river already has touched the bottom of the bridge. See Grand Depot there? Grand Depot that.
Wow.
My island job.
The Cayman Islands has a deep heritage and history of Jamaica. As Mr. Vaz had mentioned, and as you also have mentioned, we have had our own experience with Hurricane Ivan, and Jamaica was there for Cayman. So we pushed aside our usual state business and got on the first flight that we could to pledge our support. We have brought over an initial round of about US $200,000 of key essential supplies. We also have pledged, and I've written a letter signed by myself, to your Prime Minister of about US 1.2 million of goods that we will have, essential supplies and resources that we will have shipped directly to Jamaica. So just know, on behalf of myself and the government, ministers who are here, Minister J.E. Banks, Minister Nick DaCosta, and the leader of the opposition, Cayman stands with Jamaica. The Cayman Islands has a deep...
Me love this. People never come out, JY family. Support are coming for Jamaica.
The Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team, Jamaica CERT, is issuing an urgent alert to the public in Jamaica and worldwide regarding the emergence of fraudulent websites attempting to exploit generosity in the wake of Hurricane Melissa. Up to last night, we identified 8 such sites, and just now it has been updated to 28 sites that are attempting to divert contributions, donations from legitimate sources. These malicious actors are creating fake websites with names deliberately similar to Jamaica's official donation portals. We have identified some of these domains as JamaicaHurricaneHelp.net.
JY family, you remember me telling up on the first live, so if you be careful, from the very first live I made about 2 days ago. Okay. Don't matter the situation, you always have some people where them heart, them no buy with no heart. You understand? So if you are look towards them for sympathy, you just get knocked because they are not sympathetic in no situation at all. They just want to gain anything them see where them can gain from or solicit any form of monetary funding or anything. They are going to go above and beyond and do what they do best. So share the video, please. It is very important. Share the live. Share. Put it on your WhatsApp status if you don't want to share it with nobody. Put it on your WhatsApp status. People always are fast by your status. Trust me.
JamaicaHurricaneHelp.org, Jamaica-Hurricane-Help.com, MelissaReliefJamaica.net, MelissaReliefJamaica.com, MelissaReliefJamaica.org, SupportJamaicaGovJM.com, SupportJamaicaGovJM.net. And you recognize that the last two are very much similar to our official website. The only legitimate government website for Hurricane Melissa relief donations is https://www.supportjamaica.gov.jm. The Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team, Jamaica CERT.
Based on the reports received up to early this morning, more than 151 roads have been reported affected island-wide. Of this amount, 134 are still blocked. We have fully cleared 11 roads, and we have partially cleared to single lane 41 roads, and we continue to work on 82. So let me repeat that. 151 roads are affected. 134 were blocked or are still blocked to some extent. And we have cleared 11 fully, and 41 are single lane, while we're still working on 82. Based on the reports received up to early this morning, more than
the Cayman Islands has
4 foot of sand on the road adjacent to the sea that is not going to be cleared in 24 hours. 4 feet of sand stretching for over a mile is going to require significant haulage, significant heavy equipment. So 24, 30 odd hours after the hurricane, our contractors are active, we are active on the ground. But the reality that we face is that we require time. Holland bamboo is another situation. Not only is Holland bamboo the bamboo in the road, but it is also flooded. So the time it would take to clear, if it was only the bamboo in the road, would be easier. Monique is the same thing. The bridge at Monique, we want to clear it, but it is also flooded. It's going to take some time for the water to recede so that the heavy equipment can go in. 4 foot.
All 3 international airports are now open for relief supplies. We are expecting 9 flights. Cayman was the first this morning. Thank you again. And we expect 9 relief flights into Norman Manley. We expect 2 into Ian Fleming through American Airlines. And we also expect 2 into Montego Bay this afternoon with the operators of the airport, GAP, sending from Mexico 2 cargo jets with supplies. Also, obviously, technical support for the airport. Norman Manley International resumed operations this morning for commercial passenger, and we have 10 flights in and out of Jamaica today. We have Cayman Airways, Aerojet, American, 2 flights, Caribbean, Copa, Air Canada, JetBlue, Cayman. So Cayman would have 3 actually, and Copa would have 2. That's arrivals. And of course, those same flights will depart. So Norman Manley is back up for all intents and purposes. I'm expecting that Ian Fleming will also accommodate flights today, both relief and passenger flights. And as we know, the Montego Bay Airport is receiving relief, and I'm expecting to announce in a matter of hours the commercial operations limited to restart tomorrow.
We also have some other partners who are coming in today with helicopters specially designed to deliver food in areas that are cut off. And so we're going to be able to drop food items, even if we cannot get there by road, we're going to drop food items in the affected areas. We are working hard to get food to people and water as is necessary. The process of reopening the harbor started yesterday, and so the harbor is open. So let's talk about KFTL. Most of their berthing systems are intact and sound. There have been minimal damage to cargo, and so we expect that this morning it did happen. The harbor master declared the harbor open, and vessels can now come in. So KFTL and KWL will commence unloading of vessels and delivery of cargo. They started that at 7 a.m. this morning. KFTL, KWL, and port handlers will waive storage charges on containers for the period that the terminals were closed until the 2nd of November 2025. In terms of our cruise ports, yesterday we did do assessments. The Port Authority was out, and there is some good news there. In Ocho Rios, the cruise pier can accommodate vessels beginning tomorrow, the 31st of October 2025. And in terms of Falmouth, there's more work to be done. The town was badly affected, but in terms of the cruise pier, there was some damage, but not extensive damage. So the process of
My name is Denise Kegley Jefferson. I'm here with the World Central Kitchen. We provide food assistance to those in need during times of crisis. Yeah, so here we have 1,500 pieces of basically packaged goods that we can start to distribute immediately as we do our initial assessments to see where we can set up long-term kitchen facilities to provide hot meals to communities in need. As we continue to move community to community to assess the damage, assess those in need, where we need to start setting up kitchens to provide hot meals. We won't come to communities empty-handed, so we want to make sure that we have something to provide immediately, as well as then start to plan on how we can start to prepare hot meals for the long term. Well, we're the first boots on the ground. We're definitely in collaboration with other aid organizations and other private sector partners here in Jamaica. My name is Denise.
Thank you so much, Premier. Thank you for leading this delegation to Jamaica. As you know, Jamaica and Cayman go back many decades, centuries. So, on behalf of the people of Jamaica, I want to say thank you this morning for being here, bringing gifts for us. They are greatly appreciated.
This is just an initial load of about US 200,000. We are pledging 1 million, actually 1.2 million US, because we know our shared history. If you all were there for us, for Ivan, we stand with Jamaica after Melissa. God bless you all, and you all will bounce back stronger and more resilient.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much.
We are along the Howard Boulevard where we are doing some road clearance. You know that Hurricane Melissa has left a devastating impact on the city of Montego Bay. We are doing several things to get back to normalcy. This is just a minor approach in achieving that. We have checked earlier to see if there were any casualties or any loss of lives. We have no such reports. We are yet to get full update from our shelters. We have lost communication with some of them, especially the ones in the remote areas. And we are also connecting the citizens to critical services, the hospital, and other service centers. So that is why we are clearing the critical roadways. And after that, we will start connecting community to community. So the remote areas like Bella, the Cambridge, Maroon Town areas, we're going to move into those sections to do road clearance. But for now, we have to clear this section. It's a major corridor and a connection from the Freeport to the airport. So we have to treat these matters as priority as we move along to restore normalcy in the city of Montego.
Already the National Works Agency was active last night in clearing access to the road leading to the Palisades Road and other main roads. So the public will see some general activities on our roadways, making the roads accessible so that persons can move about. Fallen trees. I'll be meeting in a short while with the Jamaica Fire Brigade and the Municipal Corporation and the National Solid Waste Management Authority to map a strategy as to how to approach fallen trees. I want to urge the JPS to move, especially within the corporate area and other areas where there are fallen lines. We are now in the process of beginning the cleanup exercise on our main roads. There are a lot of lines that are down. So we want persons to be very cautious in doing so. Already the National Works Agency, no one must be turned back from the shelters. Our shelters is seeing now more than 25,000 Jamaicans. And since last night, more persons have been going into the shelters. And especially in the parishes that have been badly affected, a lot of homes have been destroyed. So persons now are going to the shelters. Managers, parish disaster coordinators, and to the municipal corporations, no one must be turned back from the shelters. No one. And we are not contemplating in closing any shelters now. Once we have done the assessment and to see which shelters can be closed, we will do so. But for the remainder of this week, no shelters must be closed. All shelters must remain open. The Barnett River overflowed up to 16 feet of water, covered sections of Montego Bay, Westgate, Catherine Hall, Howard Cook Boulevard, the Freeport, Alice Elmire Drive, Barnett Street. Public infrastructure was severely impacted yesterday in the city of Montego Bay. The infirmary was damaged. The municipal corporation, 2 floors was flooded out. Jarrett Park, where the homeless population was housed, we had to remove them to a different location. The St. James High School was being used. There are problems there. We know what is happening at Sangster International Airport, and following the tour, as Minister Dixon said, there will be a full detail on the state of the Sangster International Airport.
He gave me shelter.
Right now, if you have a boat, I best thing right now for use if you have a boat. I one of them sea bike there. I best thing for use right now because the whole place cover. Whole place, the western part of the island cover under water. Trust me. Why? So I go and observer. We go over TV. So me have to do and go into the update them, just I go through, and I do my best.
Position, everybody might know about that still on. Keith Wellington, Principal St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Yes. What can you say about this now? We are devastated. We have suffered immense damage. And the more the hours go by and you take a closer look at what has transpired, the more significant the damage seems to be. Repair this building. To get back to some level of normalcy, even if we have all the resources that we need available, will take months, literally months, maybe 8 months, if we have all the resources available. We know that that is not the case. We do not have all the resources that are required. We are hoping that we will eventually be able to get as much support to garner all the resources, but that is also going to take time. So I would think that it is going to be anywhere between 8 to 12 months before we are back to normality. So how much building do you have damage and what are the buildings? From the cottages perspective, we have at least 6 cottages that have been suffered damage. 4 of them, their entire roofs that would have gone. From a school classroom perspective, we have one building that holds 9 classrooms, where that roof is gone its entirety. And infrastructure itself will need to make a proper assessment to see the validity or the value of repairing or replacing. We have other buildings, including the workshops and then individual classrooms, maybe another 3 individual classrooms. The grade 7 block that has 6 grade 7 classrooms that has been damaged. Our playfield grandstand, that entire roof has gone as well. We have damage to our fencing, both concrete walls, broiler tube or metal fencing, chain link fencing, significant damages right around. And obviously with the roofs being removed, we would also have suffered water damage, and that water damage would also mean that we have electrical damage. So it's really, really significant that we have suffered. So have you ever think of the estimate? Well, as I said, as each hour goes by and you look more closely at where the damages are, you see more and more. So initially, when I had a first look, I thought that this would be probably easily over $100 million to $150 million. But as you take a closer look, you look at furniture that has been damaged, and so you're really looking at much more than that. But I'm going to leave the estimation right now to the experts. Okay, thank you. So how will this affect school? What do you think in case school should start shortly? We are not going to be able to resume face-to-face classes for the next few weeks at least. And when we do, everybody might know.
Whoa! Yo! No, sir. Yo! Use a spade or a shovel or a fork or something and dig out under the house there, so. In St. James. John's Hall, St. James.
Feel up here, my dog.
Could you, man?
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Feel a pain, my dog.
Yo.
Yeah, from our check so far today, the death toll has risen to 10.
So this is a very important update, JY family. So 10 people dead. 10 people lost their life in this hurricane. So the death toll is rising. Yeah, and you know, a lot of people reported missing. Enough people can't find them family. So as the day go by, you're going to hear more and more. So check out this report.
Yeah, from our check so far today, the death toll has risen to 10. We have the 2 in Lennox Bigwoods, 1 in Hollyhill, 1 in Lower Darliston, 2 in Seaford Town, 1 in Hilltop area of Seaford, and 1 in Seaford Town proper. And then we have 2 in Gordon in White House, 1 in Farm, and 1 in Petersville. So that's a total of 10 I've communicated. Same to the JDF person, with a hope that they will remove the bodies sometime during the course of the day today. Yeah.
Oh my God. Tano. As Date and Camber make mention of the body. Right now I have a picture in my group. I sent a picture in my group where a family cannot get their loved ones to the funeral home. Trust me, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And as you can see, this here, widespread flooding. I was told this is merely the tip of the iceberg because yesterday it was very bad, so bad that many people could not access the community. We managed to enter the community through a small access road. It was there before, but residents managed to cut a small section that would connect you back to the main road here in Billy's Bay. So this is what's happening here. It is really bad. I'm seeing some shacks now on the water, and the houses too are affected by the flood. And I can just imagine it's going to take days before this water finally recedes. I'll have some more updates for you in primetime news this evening at 7.
So this is Venezuela sending humanitarian aid to Jamaica. This is nice. This is very good. Round of applause. Trust me, I love this. Yeah, man. So Venezuela, you don't know if I'm out there. Only air strike go on Venezuela. I don't know say that I want a different topic, but they're still looking out for Jamaica. And them have for them tragedy where them have to deal with same way. So this is a good look, you know? Yeah, man. So this is JDF helicopter airlifting patient from Black River to Mandeville. Trust me, it's crazy, man.
All right, Kimberly Petty here, reporter with Television Jamaica. What's your name?
Jason Barnett.
All right, so Jason, talk to us. We understand that you are helping persons to connect with their families, those that are unable to get their families in Westmoreland. Talk to me about how you came up with the idea.
It wasn't really an idea, it just came naturally from me because I have the Starlink and I stayed connected right through the storm pretty much. The moment I realized that after the hurricane passed, like the connection came back, and then I had posted some videos while it was happening, and persons started to respond as soon as it was sent to them, and they were like, "You're the only person we can get to." So from there, I realized that it's only the Starlink working, and I was only speaking with the persons abroad, and then people started to reach out to me, like to check on their family and their relatives. And I started coming on the road from yesterday. So I literally just go to spots and give persons the hot spots. So everyone I see, wherever I am, I give them the hot spots so they can communicate with their relatives and that sort of thing. And if I happen to be passing where someone relative is or close by, then I just ask persons around where can I find this person, and then I go to them and let them speak to their loved ones and that sort of thing.
What
so it wasn't like? Really. Yes?
What has that been like? The fact that you are helping?
For me, it's a little overwhelming because my phone just keeps going off and people call constantly and message constantly and following up, and like there's not much I can do because I can't move as fast as I want to because the roads are blocked, and I just have to wait. But everyone that I've seen so far, like they get really emotional when they start speaking to their family, and then once one person call is a group call, they start adding everybody on the call, everybody, and that sort of thing.
Explain to me a little bit about you're driving through Westmoreland. What the scene? What are you seeing?
Boy, it's devastating. Literally every other board house is either the roof is gone completely or partially, or the house is completely demolished. So it's on the ground. You're only seeing the floor. I'm seeing persons just standing outside with their appliances. I passed a man that had his dresser standing and he was hanging out his clothes to dry on it. I mean, that was very, very touching for me. So at the moment, I'm driving through Burn Savannah, Westmoreland, because I came here to check on some family members. They're okay, thank God. But everyone else around is just disastrous for everybody. And a few persons have died, and I've heard of another person in Townhead that died during the storm, and another person in Fort William, Westmoreland also died as a result of a house collapsing on them. That body is still on the road, and another man in Petersfield, house collapsed on him as well. The body is still there. Building is still on him. Firefighters are unable to move the body because they need assistance from the police, and they haven't been there as yet. So it's a lot going on. I'm trying to get footage as I go around each time. So I'm doing drone and photos from my phone. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a lot for me to be doing all by myself.
I understand. But talk to me. How do you feel? How do you feel to know that persons have died? The funeral homes can't get to them. You imagine just a loved one there on the ground, and the families have to be waiting days, hours, for help to come to remove them.
I mean, it's very sad. It's very sad. I'd expected that I would have seen a better response from the government overall. I literally haven't seen 2 police cars since. And I've driven from Amity to Savlamar, to George's Plain, to Burn Savannah. And you're not seeing anyone. There's no help. It's just the community helping the community. There's persons within the community that is helping who they can. Is every neighbor helping a neighbor.
So why do you think that is happening? Where do you think the police are, the firefighters, the first responders in general? Where is the government? Where are the helicopters, the JDF aircraft? Where do you think all those are? What's happening?
I couldn't speak to that per se because I just passed from police station. I can only speak from what I've seen. I passed from police station. It's still intact. I don't see any damage, any major damage to it or that sort of thing.
And where are those police stations?
Where are those police?
Where are those police stations?
Police stations?
Yeah, man, the ones that you have passed.
The one that I've passed is in Froome police station.
That's newly built.
Just recently. Right. I passed that. I'm heading back to South shortly, so I can pass by and see what's going on. I'm not sure. I just saw a JDF helicopter flying over Froome, so I'm not sure if that is going to land somewhere. That was like an hour ago. That's the first sign of some sort of response that I've seen. Apart from that is the residents that are trying to clear the roads because majority of the roads are blocked by light posts.
If you were to describe in 2 words, what has happened in Westmoreland, what would those words be?
Catastrophic and chaos. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. Thank you for what you are doing. Do you care to share your social media handle? How can people reach out if they want to get to their relatives?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram. J is first, JAI_ is first, or Tucson Photography. That's my business page. You can reach out on there as well.
How do you spell Tucson?
TUSN Photography, PHOTOGRAPHY. Or you can just find me on Facebook, Brian.
And you are a resident of Westmoreland, correct?
Yes, born and raised.
All right, thank you so much for what you're doing, and thank you so much for giving us this interview. And
Miller Bennett, member of Hanover Western.
All right, talk to us about the impact of Melissa, what residents would have told you that they would have gone through, and what has happened to them.
From what I'm seeing, it is devastating. I have been going through the constituency. I'm going through Caldwell Division. I'm now in Green Island Division. I was in Lucy Division as well. Riverside, I understand, is totally impossible. And I'm later this afternoon, places like I understand it's totally. We have been able to clear most of the areas in the Green Island Division, Caldwell Division, and areas in Lucy. Over in Lucy, areas like Dry Hill, Richmond, total devastation. Persons have lost completely their homes, businesses. They have lost their businesses. We are now in Phoenix Town, and if you look around, quite a few houses are flat. Persons are without homes. They are crying. We need help here in Western Hanover.
What about the farmers?
Over in Askinish. I have not seen the farms yet, but I have gotten the reports so far, and I understand total devastation. Over here in Green Island Division, one of our major farmers have lost everything. They require help. Right now, that's what we're asking for. We're asking for support in Western Hanover to help us to provide food, to provide clothing, to provide material to help to build back somewhere to live. Persons know they're telling me. I just passed a resident while I was coming in right here, and she was in tears. She showed me just a post of her house and her furniture sitting. Everything went. Well, pieces of the furniture, that is.
What about water, electricity?
Well, based on the devastation on the Green Island stretch of the road, you'll notice all the light posts are down, and that's and even in the interior, the posts are down. What I understand from other agencies and even from residents, they can't move the post. So I'm also asking the GPS team. I have spoken to them before, yesterday about quickly fixing those poles, at least taking them up so that they can continue clearing the roadways, because they can't interfere with the GPS poles, as you know, the risk of doing that. So appeal to GPS as quickly as they can. I know it is all across the parish and across several parishes, that is, but at least move them so we can continue clearing those areas.
Shelters, anyone still in shelters?
Yes, there are a few shelters that are still active. Of course, quite a few of the shelters were damaged. Most of those shelters were class schools, and they were badly damaged. So that also will be an issue for resumption of schools, because those schools were damaged.
Are you able to name those shelters?
Not offhand. I do have a list which I could provide to you, but I know quite a few of those schools were damaged.
For food, so that people could just get something to eat. How you understand that?
Yes, we are. In fact, we have started a distribution exercise, and that will continue. We're assessing, and that will continue with distribution exercise. Of course, the need is more than what we have. And so we're asking for support. We're asking for corporate support. We're asking for individual support. We're asking for food, because the need is more than we currently have right now. But we have commenced distribution exercise, and we will continue as soon as we're able to access those areas.
Thank you.
Heather Miller Bennett.
This is a disaster. This is a destruction from the Lord God. Where shall thou come from? We don't understand.
Cromwell and St. Mary, Highgate.
Okay, tell us about being affected.
I'm being affected very badly. Very badly. My roof, my chickens are gone. Out of 200 chickens, I have about 50 there. If you go down there now, you can see the dead chickens in bags and all of that. And when you check the roof, you can see that we are looking up in the sky and all of that. We are affected very badly.
Yeah, catch that.
Kimberly Petty, reporter with Television Jamaica. Talk to me. What's your name and where are you living?
My name is Russell Ty, and I'm living in White House, Westmoreland.
Talk to us about what you endured during Melissa. What does the place look like now?
We have no trees. There are no trees. Everyone in the Culloden scheme who has zinc roofing or shingles or those other forms of roofing, if it is not a decking, we have no roof. We have no electricity. We have no water. Power lines are down. We have no way to communicate. The only reason you're able to communicate with me is because I have a Starlink, and I'm one of the only people on the scheme here who has a Starlink. So people have been having to come to me to connect, to charge. The gas station is destroyed. We can't get any gas from the gas station. The police station is destroyed. The police are having to sleep outside on mattresses because one of them came here for connection. I know her very well. She came here to connect, to speak to her family abroad. She was letting me know what happened with the police station.
Talk to me, for those persons who are trying to hear from their relatives in that area, let them understand why they aren't able to connect with them.
Oh, we have no service. No one has any service. If they don't come to me or if it's up to somebody else who has Starlink, they won't be able to connect or speak to anyone who does not come to either
me or the other persons who have styling, so they won't be able to get to them. Not
What
many
about the
times.
board houses that you've seen since Melissa?
Flat. Flat. Board houses are flat. If it's made completely out of board, it's most likely flat.
Any fatalities you've heard of?
There are 2 people so far that we know have died in Gordon. They cannot get them to anywhere, so they're basically there. One lady has passed away in Farm. We heard that the reason she passed away was because of putting a generator in the home. So she passed away with her husband, I think, is in the hospital right now. Her niece actually came to connect on the Starlink to speak to her family abroad to let them know what was going on. So those are the only fatalities we know. We do know though that there's an area. We do know also that there's an area of people. So there's an area that they call like land. They just call it land. That's what they call it. Those houses are all gone. And so far, no one has been able to find like people from that area. So we're not sure what has happened with them, if they evacuated or what has happened with them.
Jesus mercy. Wow. Oh my God. JY family. Wow.
It's church, my Peter Silva shop.
No, fuck up.
Aftermath of the storm, guys.
Petersfield in Westmoreland.
See? Yeah, Hamut was. Yep. Me looking, oh God, my cousin on a shop. What is there to deal back? What? This is the main road from Petersfield to Dump. This is what the road looks like. There's a mansion, main road. It's church, my Petersfield shop.
Okay. Every time I see something like this, the comment where somebody make earlier just hurt me more and more. Look at this. When the person talk about it'll make your house in a river, what you expect. Look at the big church. Look at this church. Huh? You see any water surround the church? You see any water? And look at the church. Church frazzle out. This a storm come like everything in a one. Come like a tsunami. It come like a tornado. Everything you can think of. And you are gonna make a comment like that. Trust me.
No, fuck up.
Aftermath of the storm, guys, look at that. See? Yeah, Hamut was. Yep. Me looking, oh God, my cousin on a shop. What is there to deal back? What? This is the main road from Petersfield to Dump. This is what the road looks like. There's a man.
This is oh my God. Yo, John was star. Hey, boy, my Jamaican them no easier. This is a strawberry. In Westmoreland. Yeah, not the Petersfield area same way. Look at this. Pentecostal church in Sheffield. This is in Westmoreland again. Sheffield, Westmoreland. This is Trelawney. Litchfield, South Trelawney.
Oh boy, this is a forestry department. No longer existing. It's down onto the main, all the way down in the valley there. As you can see, it's like a mini pond.
You know, beard last night. You need one drone, sir. You need a drone. If we're not going to do this.
You better believe it. The one Jonah got with a fly either. Tangled up in a wire. This is still the main road leading to wait a bit, coming from Litchfield. And that's how it is. We are tracking it all the way.
Capture the moment. Come on here.
All the hillside has come down.
I've never seen
Hillside. All January. All the hillside, trees, heavy duty equipment. This is now a pond. Making our way up same way, trying to reach wait a big section. As you can see, nothing can move, hardly even a bike can go through. So cars that are parked at home are trapped, can't come out to go anywhere. The roads are completely blocked. Look at this. Look at this. Even a fly would have a hard time finding.
There's the panel out there. Me and mud over the whole place, man.
You could describe the damage with one word. What is that word?
He can't describe. The damage can't describe. You know, boat, man. I run for the car and can't go up there, sir. Man, master, go on, I tell you. The first part of the rain, they made down here. It's down here the first part. You see the second part, they come. Me that drown. That drown, but me couldn't make it. Me couldn't make it, man. But me that drown down here, man. Me that drown. See there? See this side, see there? See there? See? Mash up, man. There's the panel out there. Me and mud over the hoop.
This is Little London, Westmoreland. Macneil Land. So but because my phone battery died and I cannot charge it because it is overheating. I'm doing it on the phone, so I cannot charge it. It is overheating. Let me try something. Put in the charge and see. See? No, it's not taking the charge. So I have to end this stream. Maybe later I come back again. But stay safe, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. Stay prayed up. Keep a positive, energy. Trust me, because it's we need it. We need